The federal police operation against a criminal organization responsible for planning the assassinations of the then newly elected president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, PT, the vice president, Geraldo Alckmin, PSB, and Minister Alexandre de Moraes, of the Federal Supreme Court, STF, was based on a document prepared by one of the targets of the investigation. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. Born, October 27, 1945, in Guararapes, Pernambuco, Brazil. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, popularly known as Lula, is a Brazilian politician and union leader who has served as the President of Brazil during 2 non-consecutive terms. He first held office from January 1, 2003, to December 31, 2010, and was re-elected to serve a 3rd term starting January 1, 2023. Lula is a member of the Workers' Party, Partido dos Trabalhadores, PT. Early life and career. Lula was born into a poor family in the northeastern state of Pernambuco. In his youth, he migrated with his family to São Paulo, where he worked in various labor-intensive jobs, including as a factory worker. His involvement in labor movements began during his time as a metalworker, where he rose to prominence as a trade union leader during Brazil's military dictatorship, 1964 to 1985. In the 1970s, Lula led major strikes that challenged the government, earning him national recognition. He co-founded the Workers' Party in 1980, which became a significant political force advocating for social justice, workers' rights, and democratic reforms. Political career. Lula first ran for president in 1989, then again in 1994 and 1998, before finally winning the presidency in 2002. During his first 2 terms, 2003 to 2010, Lula implemented policies that lifted millions of Brazilians out of poverty, expanded access to education, and boosted Brazil's international standing. His administration emphasized social programs like Bolsa Familia, which provided financial aid to low-income families. After leaving office in 2010, Lula remained a significant figure in Brazilian politics. However, his career was marred by corruption scandals, and in 2017 he was convicted of corruption and money laundering. His conviction was later annulled by Brazil's Supreme Court in 2021, paving the way for his political comeback. In 2022, Lula defeated incumbent President Jair Bolsonaro to secure a 3rd term. His current administration focuses on rebuilding the economy, addressing environmental concerns, especially in the Amazon rainforest, and promoting social equality. Personal life. Lula has been married 3 times and has 5 children. Despite his humble beginnings and health challenges, including a battle with throat cancer, he remains a charismatic and polarizing figure in Brazilian politics. Lula's legacy is marked by his efforts to bridge the gap between Brazil's wealthy and poor while navigating controversies and political challenges. Alexandre de Moraes. Born, December 13, 1968, in São Paulo, Brazil. Alexandre de Moraes is a prominent Brazilian jurist, professor, and public servant. He has been a justice of the Supreme Federal Court, Supremo Tribunal Federal, STF, of Brazil since 2017 and currently serves as the president of the Superior Electoral Court, Tribunal Superior Eleitoral, TSE, a position he assumed in 2022. Education and academic career. Moraes graduated with a law degree from the University of São Paulo, USP, in 1990, where he also completed his master's and PhD in constitutional law. He later became a professor of law, specializing in constitutional and administrative law. His academic work includes books and articles that are widely referenced in the Brazilian legal community. Public career. Moraes began his career in public service as a prosecutor in São Paulo, where he worked in the state's public ministry, Ministério Público. Over the years, he assumed various leadership roles, including Secretary of Public Security for São Paulo State and Secretary of Justice and Defense of Citizenship. In 2016, Moraes was appointed as Minister of Justice and Public Security under President Michel Temer. In this role, he was involved in significant national policies related to public safety and law enforcement. In 2017, he was nominated and approved as a Justice of Brazil's Supreme Federal Court, replacing Justice Teori Zavascki. His tenure on the court has been marked by a strong stance on issues such as combating misinformation, upholding constitutional order, and defending democratic institutions. Presidency of the Superior Electoral Court, TSE. As president of the TSE, Moraes has played a key role in overseeing Brazil's electoral processes, particularly during the contentious 2022 presidential election. He has been a vocal advocate for combating disinformation and protecting the integrity of Brazil's electronic voting system, which has been a subject of political debate. Controversies. Moraes is a polarizing figure in Brazilian politics and law. While many praise his efforts to uphold democracy and the rule of law, he has faced criticism from political groups for his decisions, particularly those involving investigations into anti-democratic acts and disinformation campaigns. Personal life. Alexandre de Moraes is married and has children. He is known for his commitment to legal scholarship and public service, and he remains a central figure in Brazil's judiciary and its defense of democratic institutions. Moraes's tenure has been characterized by a robust defense of constitutional principles and a proactive approach to safeguarding Brazil's democracy during turbulent political times. Geraldo José Rodrigues Alckmin Filho. Born, November 7, 1952, in Pindamonhangaba, São Paulo, Brazil. Geraldo Alckmin is a Brazilian politician, physician, and professor who has served as Vice President of Brazil since January 1, 2023. He is also the current Minister of Development, Industry, Commerce, and Services in President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva's administration. Alckmin is a veteran political figure, having previously served as Governor of São Paulo for 4 terms. Early life and education. Alckmin was born in the city of Pindamonhangaba in the state of São Paulo. He graduated in medicine from the University of Taubaté, specializing in anesthesiology. Despite his medical background, Alckmin entered politics at a young age, inspired by his father, who was a lawyer and local politician. Political career. Alckmin began his political career as a city councillor in Pindamonhangaba in 1973. He quickly rose through the ranks, becoming mayor in 1977, a federal congressman in 1982, and eventually the vice-governor of São Paulo in 1994. He served as governor of São Paulo for 4 non-consecutive terms, 2001 to 2006, 2011 to 2018. During his tenure, Alckmin became known for his technocratic approach to governance, with a focus on fiscal responsibility, infrastructure development, and public security. Alckmin also ran for president of Brazil twice as the candidate for the Brazilian social democracy.